Hello, I'm live. Let me just share it to Facebook. Just to announce it to the world. I'm live. So hi. Hello, welcome to the Thursday evening stream. Just to mention that I'm doing a private Zoom meeting on Saturday the 12th at 2 p.m. That's 2 p.m. UK time, and you can find out more about how to join on my website. I believe the page is called upcoming events or events. You can look at that and see how to join the private Zoom. I tend to I should really advertise it a bit earlier than what I do. I leave it last minute to advertise it. Yeah, I just feel a bit uncomfortable, I suppose, advertising it so much. Yeah, it doesn't feel I don't know, I just don't like to do it, but so I wait till the last minute and then I advertise it. So yeah, I kind of prefer if people hear about it through like word of mouth or something, or yeah, I'm not so big on, I'm not a extroverted kind of person, so I'm not so big on big publicity or big, like, hey, I'm over here doing this. Yeah, it could be a confidence thing, I'm not sure. It could be, or just like not a humbling thing, but more like a, I don't know, we'll see. It might change in the future. I might become a bit more extroverted with it, but who knows, maybe not. I can see some fluff. Got it. So yeah, I'm doing a Zoom on Saturday at 2 p.m. So there you go. There you go. What else? So yeah, so I do these live streams every week, every Thursday evening. So you can join me on YouTube at 9:30 p.m. and you can listen to the stream and you can ask questions. And the way you ask questions is just through Skype. So you just friend me on Skype, and then you can either write a question or you can call in during the live stream. If you do call in, then please mute the YouTube recording and just talk through Skype, as it avoids getting any kind. My ear's really hurting on this side. Maybe this earring's not the right material or something. Cheap material, or I hadn't got it in my ear properly. I'm going to try and reinsert it and see. Yeah, so that's kind of that's it. So welcome to the stream, to this week's stream. No, I don't like it. I'm taking it out. It's just this one that's funny. Um, yeah, so how exciting. For those of you who are new to watching my YouTube channels, I like to say that I have a stutter. Just so you're aware, if the screen freezes, I'm in a block and it's not the internet or anything. I've been talking to some stuttering people recently and having a laugh about stuttering. It's quite a funny, it's quite a funny thing to meet others who stutter and to be able to talk about it and laugh about it. Yes, so that's that. What else is there to announce or say? I think that's it. That's it. I think that's it. So yes, welcome, welcome. So I've titled this talk, "No thing is satisfying." So I'll expand upon that shortly. So non-duality, or the term non-duality, or the subject non-duality, is a subject that is pointing to or describing something that is impersonal. It's talking about something that doesn't belong to a story of someone. So it doesn't belong to a person or a character. It's not a thing that can be owned or had, or like, yeah, owned or had, or, you know, like, this is mine, it's not yours. I have more, I have less. It's not something that's ownable or personal, or it's not a thing. It's talking about not a thing, which is effing amazing. It's effing amazing to talk about not a thing. It's amazing. Not a thing. Which is so different to how we normally communicate in society, as human human interaction is. It's not about not a thing. It's normally, and rightly so, this isn't a criticism, rightly so, it's about things, it's about time, it's about stories, it's about objects, it's about things, feelings, thoughts, ideas. That's how we communicate about objects and things. But with non-duality, what's being spoken about isn't a thing, isn't anything. And I feel that's why it's so beautiful. That's why it's so freeing. It's freeing because it's not bound to anything. It's not bound to form objects. It's not bound to a person, to a character. It has no limitation because it isn't a thing, it isn't form. And that's the joy of this subject, that it isn't a thing, not a thing. And that's something impossible and crazy to the mind. So meaning thoughts and the intellect, it's crazy to that functioning, because the thoughts and ideas and mind and the intellect are things that are forms, they're thought forms. They're thought forms. And so in thought form, it can only be about form. It's part of this world of form, of objects. It can only live in the world of objects, of form. So it tries to imagine what not a form is, and it can only do that as creating an idea of form. It can only play as form. As form, it can't reach or comprehend not form. Any comprehension is form. So this is ungraspable, unknowable, undefinable by the mind, by thought. Thoughts come with ideas and pictures and stories, but it can never ever point or ever grasp what is not a thing. So it's completely empty and completely free. And it's feelable. It's like you can feel it, like when you hear a speaker speaking about it, you can feel it. There's a resonance of it. Not a resonance with it, but a resonance of that emptiness, of what's being pointed to or described on the tip of the tongue. It's just there, but the mind can't it can't jump across the bridge to it. It just is. It just is. And the just is bit actually is the other part. It's everything. The everything is. And what I'm saying by that is everything that seems to appear, everything that is seemingly happening. So all those thoughts, all those forms, all those objects, all those everything, everything that seems to be appearing isn't separate from what isn't. So what is what isn't, or what isn't is what is. So what is is what isn't in form, as form. So what is isn't, and what isn't it is. And so what can happen, in this human expression is there can be a a dissolving, a dissolving or a collapsing of something that seemed to be is, something that seemed to be, that can dissolve or collapse. So what seems to be is this a person. So a person, this sense of being someone, moving through time, living a life with a story of who you are. This seeming thing that it seems to exist can empty out, can not exist, can yeah, empty out is a good word to describe it. Emptying out of a seeming contraction of someone. So there seems to be this contraction, this story of someone begins to appear. This ability of the brain to observe, like it's knowing, knowing seems to appear. They say around age 2 or 3 or something. This sense of knowing, this sense of yeah, knowing is a good word. Knowing, like this sense of being in the body, knowing, this sense of you have a border, this sense of separation seems to appear. I don't even know whether I wouldn't say that actually, that the sense of knowing is separation. I feel like knowing is just a faculty of of um, of our human brains. The sense of knowing develops with the brain, but what comes with that is this energy of this knowing is who I am. Like it's joined or attached to this knowing or this perception, and it feels as if the perception or the knowing is somebody. There's somebody who now knows and perceives, somebody who's now looking and living. This story of someone starts to happen. And what it's looking for is the end of that reality, the end of that story of existing as someone. It doesn't know that. It feels it wants happiness. It wants things to work out, its life to work out, and then it can be happy, then it can be at peace. But actually, those things, those forms, those successes, achievements, whatever it is, don't provide what it really longs for, the rest and the peace and the joy and the freedom, essentially, it longs for, the love it longs for. But it believes it will find it in these things. But what can happen is that whole construct, or that whole bundle of energy, a bundle of a story, can become, so it can feel really real, and then it can become like something blowing in the wind or something, like it's not real. It's an appearance appearing. It's like a bag blowing in the wind. It's not. So it's emptied out of heaviness, emptied out of meaningfulness, emptied out of truth, emptied out of reality. So then life is happening. There seems to be a body functioning, doing its jobs. Speaking seems to happen. Memories happen. Feelings happen. So life is happening, but no longer to that bundle of energy called me. Life's no longer a personal thing. Life is happening. Life is happening. And non-duality is simply pointing to this, that life is happening, that life is happening. And it isn't anyone's life, it doesn't belong to anyone. No one's sitting here listening to these words, no one's sitting here speaking these words, no one's looking, no one's feeling or thinking, breathing, that this is a happening. My left hand's cold and my right hand's not. Cold. What was the title again? What was the title? No thing. Oh yeah, no thing. No thing is satisfying. Yeah, so no thing is satisfying. And that is to saying that no thing, no object will be what you are wanting or longing for. And in like lots of like spiritual new age movements, that's known intellectually. So we say, like, it's known, like we know from experience as well, that objects don't do anything for us. It's a temporary experience, the pleasure found in obtaining something. Yeah, so on some level it's known that nothing is it, nothing is it. But on a deeper level, energetically, there's a feeling of incompleteness, a feeling of missing something, a feeling of longing, a longing for wholeness. And so with that deeper feeling of longing, that deeper feeling of incompleteness, even though the mind may report, you know, I know things don't do it for me, but with that deeper feeling there, then the mind will continue to look, continue to search and project ideas of what could be the answer to that longing. That can be anything from material things, so from I don't know, a jacket or something, or a car, or getting a better job, or being successful in the career, or even in or in, you know, self-help and healing the issues of childhood, or going over your family dynamics, or sorting out your kids, or it could be spiritual aspirations, so aspiring to be an enlightened person, or aspiring to be a guru, or a teacher or something, or a master of, I don't know, master healer or something. So yeah, the mind will continuously try to find the solution to this problem that is deeper than a thought. And I feel that that's, again, not wrong. It's just, it has to like play out, the trying of everything. The achieving of whatever you believe will do it for you. That will bring you that rest, or bring you that love, or that completion that is longed for. But what I feel non-duality is pointing to is a rest, is a completion, is a love beyond what any object or form can deliver, just by the nature of form being transitory, being limited. It's impossible. It's impossible to find rest in a moving thing, in a changing thing. It's impossible to find love in a moving, changing thing. So this is a discovery of that which isn't moving and changing. That which isn't a feeling or a thought or a belief. It isn't joy or pleasure. And I would call that true freedom, to discover that which is beyond form. And just to be contradictory also is all form. Because if you discover it just as beyond form, then form will be an issue for you. Because form will seemingly to you take away your peace. Okay, so maybe I open for questions. So I have to have two cameras for this stream. I have to use my Skype on a different laptop and then use my YouTube on the a different computer. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh, it's raining. Rain is here. Oh, I'm already online. I didn't know. I'm already active on Skype. Hi. Hello. Hi, Lucas. Just gonna where did I put it? I have a question. You can send questions through Facebook, but it's easier if you send questions through Skype. Just to avoid me having to log into Facebook to read the question. Ooh, my phone did a weird thing then. Oh, I can't see your name on this picture. Oh, Pietro, I think it was Pietro. Yeah, Pietro. Hi, Pietro. So her question is, I would like to know what has changed on relationships with parents, partner, and friends, how it is. Yeah. Thank you for your question, Piet. Oh, I've lost it. Where was it? Just to remind me of it. Yeah, what has changed in relationships with parents, partner, and friends? So I'm wanting to say that I'm wanting to say that nothing has changed, but yeah, I'm gonna say that things have changed. I'll explain more why in a minute. But so yeah, I'm gonna say yes. It has changed. There is changes that happen, and the most obvious change that's coming up is that there isn't relationships. That there isn't a relationship with a parent or a partner or a friend. That's the biggest change. Like everything shrinks back into what is happening. And right here, there is no relationship. There is just life. There is just what is happening. And so relationships are different because then relationships aren't so personal. it's not taken so personally, relationships, and yet they're still happening. So when you're interacting with your parents, your partner, there is that interaction, there's speaking happening, there's thoughts happening, there's maybe feelings happening, there's reactions happening. Everything's just happening the way it always has. But it's not personal anymore. So in that way, it's the same, but it's different. It's not personal. So after the interaction, then it's over. It's finished. Like, it can live on. There can be a memory of it. You could maybe, there could be thought about it later on or something. But it's not truth anymore. It's not the way it is. It's just a thought, just a picture, a story appearing. It's not reality. So in that way, it becomes a lot easier. In that way, but there's still difficulty, there's still emotions, there's still annoyance, there's still frustrations, there's still misunderstandings, there's still whatever there is, there's still dynamics, there's still conditioning of the humans. So that's not going to change. That's not going to change all these things. But what I have found helpful, so what else has changed? What else has changed is that but this is more around, not so much about not so much about the collapsing of the energy of separation, but more around learning about psychology, learning about your conditioning, understanding your traumas. As that's been becoming clearer, there's been more clarity in like this human's issues, this human's traumas, this human's ways of relating or whatever. That's become clearer. So that becoming clearer has made it easier to relate to, let's say, my ex-husband or my mom or whatever. Understanding the conditioning and the psychology and the traumas and stuff has really helped. Actually, it's really helped. Yeah, that's really helped. But even if like that didn't happen, so maybe this body didn't want to look into its traumas and conditionings and try and sort some of that stuff out, there could still be freedom. But then there'd be freedom, but there'd be much difficulty with interactions and people and relationships, and that could still be playing out if there hadn't been that looking into like the traumas and psychology, understanding like what had happened in the childhood and seeing how it currently affects things, how it affects relationships, what was happening. So the emotions that were coming up, the suppressed feelings and the suppressed issues that were unconscious or not really, not conscious of what was happening in the body, in the mind. So that's really helped. Actually, it's really helped going into that sort of stuff, understanding that better. but that's in a way separate from freedom. That's just to make life easier, like make life easier for this machine. So it's like, and that to me is natural want. And natural want is to have an easier experience, a better experience, to want to like flower and blossom as a human. That's a natural desire, to want to blossom and grow as a human. But the reason why maybe that can't be done successfully, I feel, is because there's a lot of seeking often in it, a lot of seeking to find freedom through that. So if you sort out your psychology and your human problems, your trauma, your conditioning, then you'll find this peace, this rest, this love. And that's where it gets kind of skewed in the mind, because that stuff isn't to do with finding freedom. Freedom is something else. It's not to do with the conditioning of the human. Freedom is what's looking, it's what's living. Life itself is freedom. When there's that separation, you believe you're living. You believe this story is living. This story is experiencing, and it's not true. So there's heavy investment in sorting out that story of you and finding your happiness and your contentment and your peace and your joy. But those things won't deliver joy. Those things won't do it, and it's endless. You can never sort out your conditioning. You can never correct or make it perfect, although it already is perfect, but you can never make it the way you imagine it's supposed to be. The conditioned body is the conditioned body. It's the way it is, and it's perfection. It can be difficult if it's a difficult body, but it's still perfection the way it is. And freedom isn't found in it. Freedom isn't found in that. If I addressed the question, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the. Yeah, how is it? What has changed? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Pietro. Feel free to ask more if it's not clear what I've expressed. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's best to message questions through Skype, really. I can't now interact with you back and forth to clarify what you mean or what I've said or whatever. So, yeah. But thank you for reaching out as well on Facebook. It's nice to hear from new people. Lucas, I want to call. Yeah, you can call. You can call this camera. You can call Lucas. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Again. There was a question about relationships now.
Yeah.
And I have also question about relationships.
Okay.
Because even if we know that everything just happening, there is maybe there is no relation, but if there are two friends,
yeah,
I mean two friends, there still can be good friends or bad friends. I can be a good friend for someone or a bad friend. I don't know, beating him or cheating.
Yeah.
And so my question is, am I a good friend? Am I a good friend for someone if I seeing everything in the view of non-duality? I mean, you know, I understanding the non-duality message. Yes.
Yeah.
I have some friend, and I don't talk about it. I hidden it. This is a hidden message. Yes.
Okay.
So, am I good friend when I don't talk about it, or should I say? You must to know that I am different because of my non-duality understanding or something like that.
So is the friend asking about help for things or something, or?
I mean, some friends never ask me that.
Yeah.
And I think, is it good that is my silence about my different way is good? Is this because it's like some kind of secret?
Yeah.
Because nobody knows. In my head is something very not popular. I don't know.
Yeah.
So my question is: am I good friend? Am I good friend if I don't talk anything about it?
Obviously, good and bad friends is subjective, so it's like but I hear what you're asking, I think. I feel like you're a good friend if you're being genuine. So if you're being genuine, that could be in any way, just a genuineness with that friend. So it doesn't mean you mention non-duality, but just like if they're talking to you about a problem, you're like listening, you're a good friend, you respond, it comes out, a response will come. That's kind of being a good friend, really. I wouldn't say non-duality even needs to come up. I just think it's not really relevant. Obviously, if they're asking you about it, that's different, but I don't know about mentioning non-duality to a friend in conversation. I mean, obviously you could do, if that's what comes out, it comes out, but I don't see like you feel you want to help them or something. Like you want to help them by.
I just you know, it's I feel sometimes like it's a very similar situation, like if I will be a killer and no one knows I'm killer, but
Yeah.
I'm friend. Yeah, and another aspect is
Yeah, but sorry, how is that similar? How is that similar? So
because it's also a very important secret information about.
So what would you like to tell them? What are you in this example? So
you know what I mean? I mean that someone can thinking that knows me,
yeah.
but someone don't knows me because someone don't know important thing about me.
What is that?
About my seeing everyone as the flow. Someone, I don't know, someone says to me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And I seeing this someone, and I thinking, no, he's not doing this. he's on the flow.
But why would you want to tell someone that they aren't doing whatever they're doing? Why would you need to tell them that?
I don't know. For because without this, maybe is not the true meeting. I don't know. Yeah, but in other side, this is dangerous message. If I say to someone this message, someone can maybe taking this. I don't know. Sorry, but
yeah, I just don't see the point in telling someone. So your friend saying I'm a painter or I'm a mechanic. You're saying, well, you aren't a painter, you aren't a mechanic. Why would you need to tell someone that? Like, what's the advantage in telling someone that they aren't a mechanic or a painter, other than to be better than them in some way, or to try to like be better, or to like be more special than what they are, or to, I mean, yeah. So if someone's saying I'm a painter or a mechanic, you say, great, there's no need to like say anything else other than be interested, be a friend, be supportive, listen, be, I don't understand why you need to bring non-duality into that.
Yeah, and actually this is my life every day from a long time, and I feel good with this. What you're saying is really my life every day. I don't speak about non-duality with no one.
Yeah.
But that's just my question. Is it okay to have a secret? Because
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
There is so many normal people, and yes, and I'm different. Not only me, yeah. Everyone different, but especially different are people who knows non-duality.
Yeah.
So this is like, I don't know, something similar like
it's I know what you mean.
FBI agent.
Like you can't share your hobby with or your passion with somebody. You can't with your friends or with your family. You can't share this joy with. yeah. I know what you mean.
But another thing is, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes are in the movies are two friends, and they knowing himself, and in the end of the film, someone say, you know what? I was the FBI agent, and and that was some kind of my job. So why don't tell me this in beginning? So you are FBI agent. I see like something like that. That's some secret. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I like the non-duality speaking, because for me it's some kind of the secret is growing up, or the secret is for everyone in the moment of non-duality speaking. Yeah.
what's coming up here is like, who would you tell that to?
I don't know, everyone.
But I mean, who would you tell that to? If there isn't anybody looking, who would you tell that? Who would you tell that to? And what would you tell them?
Yeah, good question.
Because
you know
because you can
I'm
only
not the doer.
Yeah.
I think this is not my action, you know. This is the true about me. I think I'm not doer of my action. And someone else who are feeling that they are the doer, maybe I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a big thing wanting to like go around saving everyone, save the world, and try to tell everyone about this secret. And it's often a big attraction to want to tell people. But then you have to look at who can you tell, and what are you going to tell the imaginary people? Like who's living, who's here to tell?
To be honest, I believe in the being of people. I think the waves and the ocean are in the same time.
I think it's like a huge fear we have, that we're alone, that there's nobody else. It's a big fear we have, that there isn't anybody else, there isn't anyone. It's a deep pain or loneliness, that there isn't anyone. There isn't anyone.
But in all the perspectives, you don't believe in any, I don't know, any boundaries?
I've learned about boundaries over the past few years, yes, and they're very important. They're very important, having boundaries, but that doesn't mean that there are people to have a boundary for. It's just a part of functioning, to have I never even knew this, like to have like needs and to have wants and to have a boundary and to have, like, it sounds really bizarre, but like it's I never grew up having that sense of I'm a person, which sounds really weird, but in my 20s this thing happened where it was like, oh, I'm actually a real person. I didn't have that before at a young age, this sense of I exist, or I am this body or something. It happened in my 20s. But yeah, so learning about boundaries and wants and needs, and this human functioning, this human machine has those things. So you're left really open and vulnerable to the world to abuse you and take and do all sorts, really. But anyway, so yeah, I do think humans have boundaries, and they need to have boundaries, and they have wants and desires and all these sorts of human things. But that's not someone. That's not a person. There's no one living that, or there's no one functioning as that. So the question always is, who are you? Who is looking? Who is living? This story you believe yourself to be, this story of someone who believes they're here listening and who believes their thoughts and their feelings are real, is questioning that. It's like a exposing of that, and a detachment from that, because that isn't a somebody. It's a human functioning.
I maybe it's now 10 years. I am in contact with non-duality speakings.
Yeah.
I think it can be 10, so very long time. And there was a time I totally not believing in other people. I felt alone so long time, but for this body is the back of the return of some belief in other people. I mean, for me, it's Rebekah and Lucas as two people.
Yeah. But so, yeah, but just to chip in there, where is that belief? So you believe Lucas is in that body and Rebekah is in that body. Where is that belief? How do you know that's true?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel my heart is beating.
Okay.
And I see you. I think you have also heart, but I don't feel your heart beating. So you have your own. You have your secrets in your mind.
But that's a lot to add on to this heartbeat. So there's heart beating and all that idea of me and Rebekah and Lucas being in here and from a heart beating. So there's just heart beating, and from all that, thoughts around there being a Lucas who has that heart beating or knowing that heart beating. Like I said, added on. You can't find anything else other than that heart beating, and then thoughts and stories and feelings.
Yeah, I understand.
So imagining Rebekah has a heart, and imagining Rebekah existing in the body over here, and all of that added on. So what's being pointed to is going back to what's actually happening. What's actually happening, not thoughts or beliefs or dreams, but what's actually happening. The room, the radiator, the screen, the hands, the temperature on the skin, the breathing, the screen.
Yeah, because you're pointing to the real self and the here and now. Yes. Is it here and now, or there is nothing like here and now?
Well, there's just what's happening. There's just what's happening, and that's beyond a belief or a. Yeah, it's just what's happening. It's so what is. It's not a added on extra. It's just what's happening. It just takes the mind to add on. There's no add on. It's just what's happening.
Yeah.
And in what's happening, there is no other. There is no other. There is no one to tell or not tell, or there's no relationship. There's just what's happening, what's appearing.
Yeah, but if everything just happening, it can be arise as so many different situations.
Everything.
Yeah, so there can be two people, some interaction, but they don't have free will, but they are.
Well, they aren't, but yeah, there can be interaction happening, seemingly happening, talking to your friend, talking to your child, to your partner, to your parent. That can be happening. Like there's talking happening now. There's talking happening between, let's say, this body and that body, talking, interaction happening.
Yeah, so
but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that there are people talking. There are people in the bodies talking. Doesn't mean that interpretation of what's happening is true. So you can think Rebekah's there and Lucas is there, and you can that can be a thought happening, but it isn't truth. It isn't. It's a thought appearing. It can't be truth.
Yes, it's all about the question of words. We're using so many words.
Not really. Not really. It's not to do with words. Words aren't really a problem or an issue.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, we cannot say something with the words that will be really good about this. Yes, words are
not true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and one little thing.
Yeah.
Because you know, when there was a stream, I talked to you about the brain. Maybe you remember brain.
No. Okay, the brain.
I said in one of your stream that for me the word brain and seeing the people like brain doing something, that people do brain.
Yeah, the brain doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, brain doing something. I still very like this technique that I say brain.
Okay.
I not saying too many words, only one word. I looking left, right. I saying brain. I saying another time brain. I looking people and I say brain.
That sounds so funny. Brain.
Yeah, and after saying this one word, I see everything like, yeah, that's some like machine or something, you know, brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. But it's just not needed. It's not
Yeah.
needed. I mean, the idea of brain is also an abstract thing. It's an idea that's not true. Brain, what's brain? I mean, it's not even true.
Yes, but why not?
No, yeah, but why not?
Okay. That was long conversation. Yeah, so that was what everything happened itself, and it's okay. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you as well for interacting and talking and, you know, asking and sharing, and yeah, nice to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So Thursday is very important day. Okay, so
okay,
thank
Lucas.
you and have a good week.
Yeah.
Week, all the days.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's nice. Relax up. Hi, Rebecca. This is Maria. Okay, hi, Maria. I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say how amazing this stream is. Every Thursday I tune in and utterly enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Maria. This uniquely beautiful way things are expressed. She says, stuttering on way. Way things are expressed. Love and gratitude. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Keep trying to say relax that. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. That's really nice. Okay, so that's a nice ending, I think, to this stream. Some so thank you for joining and for participating. So yeah, I'm doing the Zoom on Saturday at 2 p.m. So you can join through my website information. Other than that, I am back next Thursday. Yes, at 9:30 UK time. So thank you for joining. Have a good week. Bye.